Hi, this is me as a younger child. I was always the energetic one in the room. My presence was always presented with a yay and a more enlightened feel. But in year 5, I looked around and thought to myself, I'm not like the other boys. I never liked sports and I hated football especially. Here's why I like being different. Hi, so everyone knows my name is Robert Maina. I don't seem to connect with the sport type. If you know me or if you even interact with me on a daily basis, you would know that I hate sport. I hate basketball, football, anything other than table tennis because that doesn't require much activity. But I know that some people would know that I want to go for the athletics team, and that's only because I don't want to get fat. Don't tell anyone I said that. Now, when it comes to stuff like style, I'm more than stylish when it comes to the boy area. Now, people are always like, oh, just wear a tracksuit, get out the house, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, you're dumb. Wearing a tracksuit outside of the house is like dying style-wise. You have to go out with something more fitted and more great. So whenever I'm going to school for a period of time, instead of actually wearing school trousers, which looked quite baggy on me, I actually wore some black jeans because they were more fitted, and it just made me feel more airy because having really fat jeans on your legs make you look disproportional because your legs are really not that big. So I just wore some jeans for a week and nobody really realized, other than saying, oh, your legs, they're not that fat. Now in PE, everyone would know I'm way far behind than the normal group. I know when I was in the beginning of year 7, I was in the top group for PE. I was in most of the athletic people's groups. So they would be playing football, they'd be running across the pitch, and I would be there just in goal, just waiting, because I didn't want to take part in it. I was really not the type of person to want to take part in football, and I'm guessing it was a good choice because as the next year came, they were like, Robert, you're not fit for this group. And they moved me down to the 3rd set, which is the bottom of bottom sets, which means I didn't have to do much work when it came to PE, which was actually quite good for me because in my life plan, I didn't plan to do PE professionally. I didn't plan to do gym professionally. So when they were just like, we're going to lower your workload and we're going to give you more easy exercises, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, why not? And no one was really bothered with it. It was kind of like, it was waiting to happen, but when it did happen, nobody was really surprised. Now, in normal life, it really isn't bothering me. There's nothing that I really care about that really bothers me. Like, you can play your football and I'll be over here. You can go shopping and do your stuff, get your tracksuits, and I'll go get my jeans and my more fitted clothes. But it kind of was a bit boring because you'd always say, oh, I'd always even with Fortnite, people would be like, oh, Fortnite, oh yeah, Fortnite, yeah, Fortnite is the best thing ever. And I'd always be like, chill. And it's kind of sad because, the boys are normally doing one big collective thing that by the time I get onto that bandwagon, all of the boys are already gone. So I'm normally left behind trailing with most of the girls, which was, even though some people may say, oh, Robert, really? Just go find yourself a group of boys that will be your friend and stay with you, and if they want to slack back, then you'll be able to slack back with them. And I'm kind of like, no, hush yourself. If you don't know me, then don't say anything, because people make that mistake when it comes to me. They're always like, oh, Robert, seriously? Just get some friends who are boys. It doesn't matter. It's not that hard. Just pretend to be into football and you'll be fine. And I always look at them and I go, you're really, really, really not that great to be thinking that I can just pretend to be someone I'm not, just to be friends with a group of people I couldn't care about less. And yeah, I know it's kind of mean to say that about a group of people, whoever they may be, but it's not something I would do. I would never do something like that. And incidences have come up in my life where I've pretended to be friends with a certain group of people because they are the people who are boyish and sluggish and more behind than most of the other boys, and that hasn't ended well. It's gotten me into trouble, it's gotten me into problems, it's plagued my year with bad stuff, and it really is kind of the end of it for me. So I kind of decided in the middle of this year, which was like maybe a few weeks ago, that I couldn't be bothered with any of this. If they want to do what they want to do, they'll do what I want to do, and I'll be friends with who I'm friends with, because I'm not going to change it, because there's no point in trying to please people who will never care. Now, people may be like, oh, Robert, that must be so sad. Oh, they're all leaving you to do their own thing and you're being left behind. And honestly, I really don't mind. If the boys want to do something they want to do, then I will do something I want to do. I'm a token drama boy in my year group. Everyone knows me from the plays, or they know me for my amazing singing voice. And that's kind of what I like being recognized for. I like being recognized for the talented young boy who doesn't care what people think and all of that jazz. But yeah, obviously people are going to judge you one time, one another point. They're going to be like, oh my days, how sad must he be to be singing as a pastime? Does he not have any friends to play football with? And yeah, people may say that, but I don't really care, because in the end, if they don't come up to me and say it, then in reality, they're not saying it. I shouldn't care if they're going to come up to me and say, I'm going to pay some attention to it. I'm just going to be like, oi, shut up. You have no idea what you're speaking about. And if they don't come up to me, I'm just going to be like, simmer down, because you do not know what you're speaking about. And either way, they don't know what they're speaking about, because they've never been in a situation like it. And yeah, some of the elders in my community may be like, oh, wow. They might say to my parents, oh, he does not play football. What is he doing in his spare time? Stay in the house? Yeah. You need to tell him to be in sports more. And I don't mind, because I believe that my parents know that I will never get into football, and I feel like they're comfortable knowing that I will never get into football again. I do not like sports, and I'm not that type of person. And luckily, when my dad's like, oh yes, Robert, get into sport, my mom's always like, leave him alone now, come on, he doesn't like sports. And then they'll probably just simmer down, and then everything will be back to normal, because I would never get into sports. And yes, as I said earlier, I'm trying to get in the athletics team, and that's only because I don't want to get fat. That's honestly why. Because I do feel like, even though I don't want to do sports, I do want to put a little bit of effort into my actual body itself to make sure it doesn't go way overboard when I'm older. So I'm just trying to keep myself fit, so when I'm older I don't have to pay the consequences of eating Nutella sandwiches every single night. I like going to Starbucks. Their frappuccinos are amazing, white cream amazing. What else? I love I hate video games. I have a PS4 right here in front of me, and the only times I ever play is to play Fortnite, maybe daily. I play for maybe an hour or so, and then I'd get off, because I'm not that obsessed with it. I have a phone, which I guess everyone has, but yeah, I don't know how that assumes with anything. I keep myself hygienic, actually. I have like a whole selection of deodorants, and I have a whole selection of moisturizers and everything that I need. I have money spare if I need to do anything. I have everything that I could possibly hope for. And that's honestly why I'm happy and why I'm making this video, because people might be like, oh. They might feel sorry for me for not wanting to be in with all of the boys stuff. But honestly, I'm happy where I am, and if I'm happy, then there's no telling me what to do, because I'm happy and this is how I want to stay. Yeah, some typical boy things that I don't do. Recently, I've been given the opportunity to go to Thorpe Park with my school, and I was told, you've got to behave to make sure you get on this trip. And I've been working my butt off to make sure my behavior is tip top, that I get on that trip, and I'm on that trip, and I'm really happy about that. And what else is there? My handwriting is pretty neat. Instead of paying a lot of attention into video games and that stuff, I kind of pay attention into my notes, my education and stuff, because I find that with all of the boys playing on video games, they don't really spare enough time to actually do their studying. So when it comes to test scores, even though I'm not the top, and even though I may not be the bottom, I feel like I've tried my hardest, because I've spent those hours revising for my end of year tests and my assessments, as they may say. And yes, as I said earlier, I am a drama boy. I do get consistent high grades in my drama skills. And you know what? Something that even validates my point of me being a drama boy is, as I did the performance, which was Grease, in my school, apparently I got the biggest round of applause because my singing was the best. And honestly, that makes me pretty happy that people appreciated me in the film, that people appreciated me in the musical at our school that much, because honestly, I didn't really think I was that much. So I really do appreciate everyone who gave me that opportunity to be part in Grease. And this year for High School Musical, I will thank my drama teacher, and if she is watching this, or if people who know her are watching this, then just know that she is an amazing drama teacher, and amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing else to say. If you guys have a problem with me not being friends with the other boys in my year, I don't care. And that's something I really wanted to say to you guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. That was an emotional reconnection this week. Now I need to edit this, and I need to get back on my life. I see Olivia has texted me. Let's see what she has said. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go off. I'll see you guys next week, or on Saturday, depending on what's happening. Anyway, goodbye. Champagne